Welcome back to From the Bench, everybody. As always, it's Eric, and I know it's been a little bit, but we got a new release. It is 2024-25 Extended Series Hobby. The newest product that just came out this past Thursday. You're looking for Young Guns in this, but the other big chase, if you don't know, is the OV buyback autographed Young Guns. There's 8 of them, number 1 to 8. The Great 8, so they kind of commemorated his whole goal chase and stuff with 8 buyback cards. What it is, they just find Young Guns online, wherever. They buy them back, and then they give them to him to autograph and hand number. So that's one of the big chases. Other thing is the acetate Young Guns, another big chase in this. So we're gonna turn the camera around, get right into it. This box cost me $150 Canadian plus tax, so not cheap, and not really a great value. I'm going to tell you guys that right off the bat. There's no massive rookies in this. You have Will Smith, you have Dubes, the goalie for Montreal. His name's Dubes. Local guy actually pulled a red outburst of him in his box. It actually opened up on the channel. Cats, Cards, and Collectibles. So shout out to him. Very nice pull. So if you guys want to go check him out, local guy, but he ended up pulling that massive pull. We all know how much the Montreal fans love, collecting their players. So even a guy that still isn't really become a guy yet. I'm also all discombobulated. Joys of not actually doing a whole lot of videos lately. I kind of made an announcement last time I did a video, which seems like a while back now. And now I do have a daughter. So the daughter's here. She's upstairs. So been getting back in the swing of things, everything else. We're home now, but she's upstairs with the in-law. So here we go. We got 12 cards per pack, 12 packs per box. Like I said, we're looking for Young Guns or first-round rookies. Nobody cares about first-round rookies. It's not a thing, not a chaseable thing, not something anybody really wants. But we do have them once again. And there's 30 base Young Guns. Dubes, Casa for Detroit, the other goalie. You got Will Smith in there. There's a handful of guys, but nobody massive. You do have the chance at either a Celebrini Young Guns canvas or Michkov Young Guns canvas. So a bunch of different inserts though. And everyone's kind of liking the inserts. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people like Extended Series. We got Kucherov. We got Barrett Hayton. And first hit is a Rookie Reflections of Logan Stankoven, now over on Carolina. Neither team that he was on made it to the finals. But there we go, Logan Stankoven. We got a Beehive, Connor McDavid. So one of the things they did do this year that a lot of people seem to like is they took old products and old names and stuff, but instead of just doing this is the 05, 06 retro, whatever, they actually just took Beehive and then they made a new design for it. What do you know? Taking old, designs, old inserts, and making it their own as years go on. So I think we can all agree, 05, 06, 2003 for basketball, LeBron styles. We're done with it. Move on. Let's just kind of build on products, make them their own. So, and then we got for the Blues, Robert Thomas for the canvas. So, same. We've seen this design now for a while. No reason to really, hash it out. So I'll slow down for the inserts. Once again, I'm also getting back in the swing of things. I haven't done a video. I actually have a box of Series 1, which is a much better value. Same price, I think they're $150 for extended or $150 for Series 2, with Celebrini and Michkov. Way better value. Go after that. If you have the choice between the two, take it. I think everything's standard in here. Robert Thomas again. Jonathan Quick. Logan Thompson. And we got a deluxe. Starting off with a Jacob Markstrom. The deluxe, so we got 90 out of 250. That's like a really faint print compared to some. We got Owen Pickering. So there we go. Owen Pickering. And pros and prospects. Leon Bischel. Big guy that kind of plays small. It's kind of odd. Never a big fan of that. When you get a big guy, 6 whatever. Local team, also shout out to my Moncton Wildcats. Made Memorial Cup. Won the Q title. Lost to London in the semifinals. So now it's London and Medicine Hat. But we used to have a guy, defenseman, great big, 6'3", whatever. Played so soft. And this is like 10, 15 years ago, played soft. When, your big guys really were supposed to play like big guys. But was a very frustrating thing to see. I remember seeing our goalie get ran one time, and he just stood there. And I was like, this is crazy. Kevin Ball, Bobrovsky, Warren Fogle, Matthew Barzal. We got future impact of Rasmus Dahlin. I think that guy's made an impact by now. We got Bradley Nadeau for the first round draft pick card. And an encore. Will Smith. So there we go. Our first ever, I think my first ever Will Smith hit. So there we go. 4th overall pick in 2023. It's crazy, eh? Just like he's a 4th overall pick. And, the difference in height between him and Celebrini is crazy. So a little insert of Will Smith. Not a bad one to hit. So backdrop. Side is flagship, right? So you got to bring out all the different parallels. So we got the exclusives, Ivan Barasev. We got the Jacob Pelletier, the deluxe, the Acetate Young Gun, because that's one of the things that we're really searching for in there. We got the Matt Duchene for that, and then we got the Keith Yandel High Gloss Young Gun. So a couple former Moncton Wildcats, and then former Avalanche and Matt Duchene. So Sam Lafferty. We got a Silver Skates. So new update for the Silver Skates. Owen Power. We got the pros and prospects of Jake Gensel. And a regular young gun, or regular canvas of Rupe Hintz. So Edmonton just did it again. Don't agree with pulling Jake Ottinger in that final game. I just don't understand how you do that. I don't understand how you... And then throw him under the bus afterwards and say, essentially, he sucks against Edmonton. Yeah. Yeah, you gave up a wide-open Corey Perry in the front on a power play, and then you gave up a partial breakaway. Really the goalie's fault. Anyways. And then the coach just to come out and say what he did. Crazy. We got... Here's one of the other big chases. Jonathan Lekermacki for the Vancouver Canucks. He's probably the second or third biggest chase in here. We got first actual true young gun for the Devils. It's Nathan Lagare. This isn't numbered or anything? Nope. So there we go. I didn't, with all the craziness, and Rasmus Dahlin there, with all the craziness of getting home from hospital, in-laws are here, everything else, didn't get a chance to do my typical young gun breakdown on all of this. So once again, one of my favorite things to do typically on pretty much every flagship set, but I hope you understand why I didn't get a chance to do it. Tom Wilson, Travis Konechny, and David Perron. We got reflections of Bradley Nadeau. I like that. That's a cool little look. Kind of a little bit of a texture there. Yeah, a little bit of a texture kind of feel on this. So that's one thing about Extended. I know I say it all the time. I've said it pretty much every time Extended comes out. I love to look at some of the inserts they pull out. So the UD3. And there we go. Again, Avalanche hit the Young Guns Yuri and Nala. So there we go. Young Guns hit with the Young Guns canvas. 5'9", 1998. You can do the math there. He's a 27-year-old young gun. Not really a guy that we're going to go super, super crazy on. We're just going to leave him down there. We'll just keep on flying through that. We did hit a Young Guns canvas, so you're kind of one in every two. I believe they're one in every two hobby boxes. Or 3 hobby boxes. I can't remember the odds right now, but Jake Gensel, Connor Brown, Parker Kelly, Actually played pretty well for the Avalanche this year. McAvoy and Sider for the checklist. Swayman. We got another future impact, UD3 of Mort Sider. We got Liam Ogren for the first round draft picks. So that's 3 of them now. Hopefully that's the last one. And we got a outburst base of Wild Bill himself, William Karlsson. I was actually thinking, I'm like, is that going to be a Barbashev card? I always take an extra Barbashev card, but not the case this time. So, pretty underwhelming box so far. I guess a deluxe of Jacob Markstrom is a thing. Outburst of William Karlsson's a thing. But we're really hoping, I think it's outburst for Young Guns. I think it's 1 in every 3 or 4. So, see what else we can hit. Alexander Holtz used to be an extended series chase. Alexander Holtz now over Vegas. Kyle Connor. Oliver Bjorkstrand. Another. We got Fedor Svechkov. So let's see what happens with him. Kind of one of those prospects, so he's up there. Rookie Reflections for Liam Ogren. And then a regular canvas of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Very good player. Very good player. But compared to a lot of, first round rookies, he kind of got let off the hook. I know some people didn't like him for a bit because he wasn't living up to that first, overall, draft pedigree. But I think, when you get McDavid in there, he can kind of bounce back to like the second or, third line. If he has to, kind of be more of a shutdown guy. Makes his life a little easier and kind of gets him a little less flack. Casey DeSmith, there we go, was going to be the savior apparently, according to the coach for Dallas. Instead of Jake Ottinger. Revo. Silver Skates of Stammer. There we go. These are cool looking. Oracle. And then a pros or prospects of Connor Geeky. So we got the rookie there. These are cool looking, kind of like a playing card. Like a matte finish, kind of like almost like a felty finish. But nice looking card. And we got Anze Kopitar. So cool looking card there. I said you can always appreciate the inserts, I guess, for extended. But we're hoping for Will Smith. We're hoping for something. Like I said, if I was to be a guy, like I said, yes, there's the OV chase for those 8 autos. It's 8 autos in a million boxes, so I wouldn't really count my chances of actually hitting it. I did see 1 got pulled. I think the 1 out of 8 got pulled online somewheres through a breaker. So, man, it's a lottery ticket. You're buying this for that OV thing, you're thinking a lottery. Even for the Young Guns Acetate, those are so hard to hit. So hard to hit. Don't kind of guarantee it's going to happen here. So we got another regular Young Gun. Needed one. Sean Monahan. Marchessault. Pasta. We got an exclusive of Taylor Radish. Taylor Radish, a year and a half ago, before Bedard, this guy's stuff was going like pretty hot and was pretty crazy because people were thinking maybe he might benefit and do really well because he was like the 2nd highest scorer on Chicago the year before Bedard showed up. So a lot of people thought maybe he might like benefit from it, go up from it. Everything else did not happen, obviously. He's bounced around ever since. And once again, just something funny to look back now at some players that kind of get some hype before the season. So we got for the Stars, Arttu Hyrie. Not really sure you say that, but Arttu. Said I didn't really get to look a whole lot in this draft class. And Barkov in the encore. So we had 2 packs left. We need a little more. Need something else for sure. So I do feel pretty good right now. Before the playoffs, I got some Matthew Tkachuk at a pretty good deal through auctions and stuff. Stuff that just seemed way too cheap. And after this, I got to go list some of it online. So had a Future Watch auto I picked up of his before, like way before that, for decently cheap. Just sold that. Gonna ship that out probably tomorrow or Monday. So anyways, cheap compared to some of the stuff that you can kind of get. So always good to pick up players that people liked. So we got Matt Rempe on the rookie reflections. Feels like forever ago since it was Series 1, but feels like forever ago that he was, a Chase. We got Liam Ogren in the magenta, pink, purple. I don't know what the color is. And a Jesper Wallstat in the pros and prospects. So there we go. And I think these are numbered or anything. No. But once again, cool looking card. Kind of that playing card kind of look. Also, you can't use them as a playing card. Like some of the stuff that you get out of O-Pee-Chee. So, last pack. Should be getting a young gun in this. So we're looking for Will Smith is the guy. We're hoping for Will Smith. Hoping for something else too. Because an exclusive of Taylor Radish, a deluxe of Jacob Markstrom, and a silver outburst of William Karlsson. Where if you look at the numbers right now for a $150 box, we may be down still before this pack $145. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that. I was trying to see if I could see it real quick for the oracles, but yeah, it is what it is. Anything? Fan it out a little bit. Fan it out. Black and white canvas. Okay. So Nick Suzuki, Victor Arvidsson. We're gonna go to the young gun first. We got, the names in this one. Juha Jaska. So there we go. We get the Beehive of Cutter Gauthier. Okay. So there's our two hits there. And last, but certainly not least, Jake, if you're watching this, he's the one that picked the box for me. A lot is riding on this one card right now. We're going to be honest right now. A lot is riding on this one card, Jake. So you give a guy a red outburst, Dubes, and they also had a Lane Hudson Young Guns acetate pulled from my local store. You get a lot to come up here. Is that a 13? Is that a Barzell? That is a Matthew Barzell. A Matthew Barzell black and white canvas. That'd be through the photographer hole there, through the side piece of the glass. So, cool picture. Cool card. I went into it and I kind of joked when I was looking at it. The chances of you doing well on an extended box, is slim and none. Young Guns canvas there we go. There's just the big names in this aren't that great. Like even Dubes, I think he's probably down to, he was down to like a $50 card like the day or two after. Probably gonna settle in the next month or two at probably like a $25-$30 card. Will Smith, I'm not sure what he's going for right now, but I'm assuming around that $50 to $60 range would probably be my guess with that. So it's like I said, the chance of you making your money back on this one, not the best. Like I said, Series 2 would definitely be, if you're looking at Series 1, Series 2, or extended series, I would definitely look at Series 2. Even just for long term, I just think Celebrini, Michkov, the chance of hitting one of those guys in a low number parallel, or just the base Young Gun, I think you have a better chance of that stuff being worth more longer. Series 1 is really Lane Hudson, and then the rest of it kind of falls off a little bit after him. But those other two, Celebrini and Michkov, both going to be absolute superstars, very good players for a long time, and see what happens from them. People forget that Michkov was really, if it wasn't for the whole not going to be brought over for a few years thing, and he obviously got into the United States, North America a lot quicker than he was supposed to, but really he was supposed to be, was him Bedard, until that last year where it was like he probably won't be able to come over. It doesn't look great for hype about hyping up a prospect when it's like, you'll see him in 3 to 4 years when he gets done with the KHL. doesn't do a whole lot for ratings, doesn't do a whole lot for our fan base. And obviously a lot of these teams want their players to kind of be available quicker. So anyways, it is what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Fun, it's still a fun opening. Will I get more extended? No. Will I get more series 2? Probably. Like I said, I do have a box out there. I've literally had it for like 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe more than that now. I've had it for a while and just haven't got around to opening it. Just with all the hustle and bustle. Spent a week in the hospital. That doesn't add to anything, and then getting back and having to get situated after that week just kind of throws everything into a kind of a little bit of a loop. So hope you guys enjoy this. Having it, hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow me on Instagram. The card ladder comps down below if you want card ladder yourself, if you're trading and buying and selling cards a lot. Card Ladder Pro is the best resource to kind of check comps, everything else. There is a fee, but if you do sign up, I do get a little bit of a kickback. I get 20% of whatever you guys sign up for. I get that into my own pocket eventually. So hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys haven't yet, like I said, hit all that stuff. And for Eric from the bench, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.